Thanks. This is the worst part of my job is being up here and public speaking, so please be kind. Welcome to GBN's Pitch Night. My name is Mary Kasserag, and I'm the Instructional Supervisor for Career and Technical Education at Glenbrook North High School. I want to thank all of the people who made this program possible. GBN's Building Administration, Mr. Jason Markey, Dr. Ed Solis, and Ms. Lauren Bonner. District Office Administration, Dr. Charles Johns, Dr. Roseanne Williamson, Mr. Brad Swanson, and Dr. R.J. Gravel. The District 225 Board of Education, and to all the community volunteers, the advisory board members, mentors, coaches, and especially our community champion, Lisa Greenberg. Without the help and support of all these people, this amazing program would not be as successful as it is. I would like to introduce and give a special thank you to the instructor of the Incubator program, Mrs. Mindy Ingersoll. I am continuously impressed with the amount of time and energy Mrs. Ingersoll puts into making sure all of her students are successful. Mindy works tirelessly on behalf of her students, and her unwavering focus on improving the experiences, outcomes, the opportunities for them is motivating and awe-inspiring. Thank you, Mindy.
Hi. It's so nice to be back in person. So we gotta clap for that. I'm sorry. 2 years on Zoom. So it's so nice to be back here. And thank you to the library for having us again. The Incubator course offers an authentic, real business environment for our students. They are coached and mentored along the way for skill building. They learn and apply industry relevant practices and business concepts to their projects. And they learn by failure. Failure presents an opportunity to learn, to pivot, to iterate, and develop resilience as students seek out what business it's gonna end up being. So you'll see that tonight. In preparation for tonight's event, 6 incubator teams pitched last week to the advisory board, who is sitting in our front row, and you'll meet in a little bit. They are our Shark Tank. And those 6 teams got feedback. 4 teams advanced to tonight's pitch, and you will hear them pitch, and then there will be a 5-minute Q&A afterwards. In between each pitch, we'll acknowledge the close to 30 amazing business professionals that got to work with the students throughout the school year. 2 of our teams will be helping me MC tonight. Let me introduce Maury Rappaport. Maury will explain more about the class and share what the students were working on to get to what you see tonight.
Hello, I'm Maury Rappaport, and I'm on the Tanks and Timber team. Tanks and Timber is a firewood and propane delivery service. At the start of the school year, we brainstormed problems that are worth solving. Then we formed teams around solving those problems and spent significant time digging into them. We did customer interviews and competitive analysis, and eventually created a BMC, or Business Model Canvas, which is a 1-page business plan. Thank you. In December, teams pitched their business ideas to our board of advisors to create and test a minimal viable product, which is basically a prototype idea of the product or service. The board personally funds the testing second semester, and you'll see the results of that effort tonight. Now I'll hand it over to Kim Marino to introduce our mentors and the first team.
I'm Cam, and I also worked with Maury on Tanks and Timber. Throughout the year, we had the opportunity to work with a mentor who had a group of volunteers who worked with one team on a bi-weekly basis to advise them on decision making. Mentors spent countless hours with the incubator students. My team, Tanks and Timber, had the opportunity to work with Sean Cheney. Thank you, Sean, for the advice and time you spent mentoring us this year. I have the privilege to introduce the Social Scene team. Mentoring the Social Scene team is entrepreneur and venture capitalist Michael Israel. Mrs. Ingersoll taught Michael during her first year of teaching in 2008 in a business class, and they have stayed in touch over the years. Michael's a partner with Mark Cuban Companies, along with being a partner for a few other startups as well. Additionally, Michael has experience being on the board of directors for various other companies. Michael, thank you for mentoring the social scene team, who I'd like to now introduce. Joining the stage, we have seniors Elle Harris and Abby Sloman, and juniors Anna Mendelson and Ryan Jaffe.
Hi investors, we are Social Scene, a service that provides unfiltered insight from current college students. My name is Anna and I'm a junior and website developer.
I'm Abby, I'm a senior, and I'm head of communications.
I'm Ryan, I'm a junior, I'm the chief financial officer.
I'm Elle, I'm a senior, and I'm in charge of the marketing.
When going through the college application process, I was able to visit in person and also look at content online. Here's a little bit about what typical content you might see. It's cookie cutter, it feels scripted, and it doesn't really feel real. Here's an example from Texas A&M Virtual Campus Tour.
Members of student organizations line the 12-man hallway to publicize events. If you are looking to relax, try playing games like pool or shuffleboard, watching TV, or playing video games with friends downstairs.
The MSC is also home to 2 art galleries, MSC student programs, the Department of Multicultural Services, and 3 dining areas.
Whether you are looking for a place to study, catch up with old friends, or meet new ones, no day in Aggieland is complete without making a trip through the MSC.
When looking at schools, I had a completely different experience. Well, at 2 out of the 30 schools I visited. At those 2 schools, I had the opportunity to meet with the softball team where I got 20 individual unfiltered insights of what it was like to not only be an athlete, but also a student at that college.
So we saw this problem, and we also thought other students might have the same problem. So in an interview of high school juniors and seniors, about 75, we asked what kind of information that they would want to see about college content. They want to know about the student life, the social scene, the culture. They want to learn about the Greek life, the campus, the town, and really they just want to know about the real truth. So I'm going to take you through the phases of our company, starting with phase 1, unfiltered content aggregation. Similarly to how Pinterest works, we are going to aggregate content from all social media sites, ranging from TikTok, from Pinterest, from Facebook, Instagram, as well as also having our own social scene content creators. Later, Anna will discuss about how there's an option for free user content and also a premium subscription model. So here's a little bit about what some social scene original content may look like.
Hi everyone, my name is Sophie Dimoff and I'm a senior studying supply chain management and information systems here at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign at the Dees College of Business. And today I'm going to be sharing with you what it's like going to class and some of the classrooms at Dees and showing you the atrium where students hang out in between classes. As well, I'm going to be showing you what it's like going to a practice as a club tennis player. And then I'm going to be showing you what it was like going to a sold-out basketball game at State Farm Center here at Illinois. And lastly, I'm just going to share some tips and recommendations for incoming college students, especially those that are interested to go into University of Illinois and then specifically Dees. So I'm excited to show you a little bit of an insight into my college experience.
So in terms of our website, we really wanted to put a lot of effort into making it easily accessible and user-friendly, as it is our main platform. So on the website, users can find their college, preview videos, and college students can upload content right from the homepage. So in terms of our content creators, we offer lots of tips, sample questions, and ideas for uploading videos so that they can produce the best videos possible. In terms of our content layout, users, similarly to Pinterest, can scroll through all of our videos and content to find their videos. So for our subscription model, we offer a 3-month subscription for $40 and a 1-month subscription for $15. With our subscription, users can filter content, which looks like if they want to visit a particular college or view particular majors or interests, they can filter this content. Additionally, they can view all videos, view exclusive info, and unlock all premium content.
Moving into phase 2 of our business, we're going to introduce influencers and sponsorship opportunities. So moving from mass content, we want to really narrow in on specific influencers. Ranging again from different majors, interests, clubs, we want the students who are going to look at these videos to have the opportunity to see different types of student life because everybody's experience at college is different and we realize that.
We also want to introduce sponsorship opportunities. Example is if a student makes X amount of videos and features Chick-fil-A in their videos, they'll be able to get a gift card. Or if they do X amount of tours, they'll also be able to get a gift card, and they'll have some featured on our website as well. Moving into phase 3, this is our moneymaker, our tours. So people will be able to select from a range of schools, from there select their influencer that they're interested in, and then book a tour for either a virtual or in-person tour.
So for our tours, we offer 2 options. We offer a virtual tour that is 1 hour for $20 or an in-person tour that is $40 for 1 hour. Now we chose to include virtual tours because many high school students want to visit colleges that are far away and may not have the time and resources to do so. So virtual tours will offer an abundance of opportunities to tour the colleges that the students want to. Now, for our influencers that give the tours, they make $14 an hour for virtual tours and $22 an hour for in-person tours.
Here's Social Scene's customer segment. We target 11th and 12th graders as well as the parents of these students. Here's our competitors. We have UVisit, ZME, and Campus Tours, all of which offer virtual tours. However, only ZME offers unfiltered insight, and only Campus Tours offer other day in the life. However, we are priced just above our competitors at $40 an hour, but we think this is just because we offer in-person tours, virtual tours, unfiltered student insight, and other day in the life videos, all on one easy platform.
When testing our stages, we started with stage 1, which is our content aggregation, where we gathered content both for our website as well as our Instagram. We tested that through the number of videos we were able to gather, and then for stage 1 and 2, we tested our digital advertising, where we measured that through the website traffic we were able to get. We then move into stage 3, where we're testing our tours, and we're gonna measure that through how many signups we get on both our website, and then how many tour guides we're able to get. For our content, we reached out to 40 college students that we personally knew, and we were able to get 19 student videos in response. That is a 45% response rate, which shows that students in college are willing to make those videos even for free. On our Instagram, we were able to get 267 organic followers, and we posted 6 teaser clips on Instagram. We were able to reach over 13,000 accounts, and we tested out TikTok, but the videos weren't up to the quality standards we wanted, so if we're going to continue with TikTok, we have to work on that. We decided to boost a post for 5 days. We spent $50, and it was kind of just introducing what Social Scenes was. We were able to reach 4,300 accounts, and we achieved our goal of generating traffic to our website because we had 52 clicks. And in conclusion, we found that Instagram ads drive traffic to our website. We had a Google AdWords campaign where we got 826 impressions and 50 clicks for a click-through rate of 6.05%, which is 2 to 3 times higher than the industry average, which shows that our ads really resonated with people. We found from our ads that they are most successful when we use @Illinois or @Indiana and are really specific, which shows that in the future we need to eliminate anything that's general. We also found that people are really interested in what we're posting because although we had few impressions, we still had click-through rates that were 12.5% and 10.6%. We also found through our Google AdWords that our main target audience is going to be women between the ages of 45 and 54, which are going to be the parents who have kids in high school.
Shifting from our marketing to our financials, here's our total addressable market. We're looking at the high schoolers in the world, which is 568 million, as well as the parents of these students. Here, we find a total addressable market of $4.5 billion. Moving on to our serviceable addressable market, we filtered it down to the amount of juniors and seniors in the world, which is 15.3 million. This is further filtered to the 66.2% that actually attend college every year. This is the $405 million serviceable addressable market. Here you can see the cost of our subscriptions. We have the 1-month subscription and the 3-month subscription, and we pay creators per 1,000 views. We came up with this number because YouTube offers $3 to $5 for every 1,000 views. As we are a new startup company with low traffic, we think we should start on the $5 side because it will give more of an incentive as it's harder to reach the 1,000 viewer mark. Here we have our subscription prices of $15 and $40 for the 1 month and 3 month, leaving us a 67% and 87% gross margin respectively. Here's the cost of our tours. As Anna said earlier, we have the online and in person, which is from $14 to $22, and then our tour price is $20 and $40. This leaves us with a gross margin of 30% and 45%. Here's our revenue projections. Most of our volume we've done with the subscription revenue, with less than our tour revenue. As you can see, we have our 1 month and 3 subscription, which offers a $200,000 total within the 3 years, as well as a $21,000 for their tour revenue. We justified our annual growth because it is the national average of content creator in America. Here's our SG&A and startup costs. Here we have our legal fees, our website development, which is a major startup cost, and then our marketing. This brings us to $37,000. And then we have our regular SG&A cost, which is legals and then marketing, which brings us to $1,200. Here's our 3-year graph. In the beginning, we make some significant revenue. However, because we do have high startup costs, we are losing a little bit of profit. However, year 2 and 3, this is made up through our exponential growth.
All right, moving into our growth plan, we are going to move into phase 2 and 3 of our company. More about that, we want our content creators to become influencers, and we're going to introduce that opportunity to the students. We are also going to continue Instagram ads as also, well, what Elle said is move on to Facebook and target moms and parents who are bringing their kids to college. Also, we're going to move into our sponsorship opportunities and look for companies on campuses that are popular that students are interested in. And then also, we really want to further our website development because that is our main source of traffic. And then phase 3 is our tours. We want to sell in-person and virtual tours from the influencers. And then we also want to create a network, similarly to Uber, how we connect a driver to a person who wants a ride. We want to connect a student wanting a tour with an influencer who wants to give one.
Investors, we're asking for $35,000 in exchange for 25% of our company.
We are truly revolutionizing the college application process.
What makes us social scenes unique from our competitors is the fact that we offer unfiltered social insights from college students that are completely uninfluenced by the colleges they attend in an easy, accessible, and filterable platform.
Hundreds of thousands of students apply for college each year, so we are solving a problem that almost every high schooler experiences.
Influencers and parents in the audience, you know with kids that are in that college application process or in college already, first impressions of a school mean everything. So we want the future of students' first impressions of colleges to come directly and unfiltered from social scene. Thank you so much.
Well done, social team. Now we'll turn things over to the advisory board for a 5-minute Q&A.
I did it. So first of all, really, really good presentation, and awesome for us to see the evolution and the learning. Presentation, very polished and professional, so really well done. Can you talk to us a little bit about how you think about this per video fee that you're going to give to the creators? Because the concern I would have is $5 enough? And then if you think about your revenue stream, it's an unlimited video watching revenue stream, but and you could have a real cost problem if somebody creates 500 videos for you in a day, and you owe them $2,500 and you don't have the revenue to handle that. So can you talk a little bit about the debate that you had and how you kind of arrived at that model?
Yeah, so when we were looking at YouTube, they offered in the $3 to $5 range. And so us being a short, upcoming company, we don't have much traffic on our website. So the 1,000 views would come in a harder way. So there'd be 1,000 views for $5. However, as we become larger, we'll have less traffic throughout the website, and that's when we'll start giving them $3 to $4.
And then addressing your second point, I definitely think that we can implement into our website that you can only do one video a day or one video a week, depending on if you're an influencer or not. I think that might change if you are just, a random college student just starting rather than an influencer that we've already had.
I mean, I think you want a lot of content. So I don't think you want to try to limit people, but you may start thinking about like commit to 10 videos and you get $50 as opposed to $5 per video. I'll hand it off to somebody else. Again, really nice job. Congratulations.
Yeah, fantastic job. Great presentation. Can you speak a little bit about the cost? I didn't see anything in your presentation relating to cost other than what you're paying your influencers, but you described an exponential revenue growth. So can you talk a little bit about or did you focus on your other costs, meaning, not just startup, but you're going to have backbone costs to operate this. So how much did you dig into what that costs for developers and that stuff?
So are you asking where like our most costs come from, or where our biggest revenue comes from?
Where your costs come from?
So here we see our website creation. That's a big expense, which is $35,000. And then our marketing is not as much. But do you mean by our the website being the $35,000?
Right.
So what's the question?
Well, my question is that on an ongoing basis, do you have accounted for the growth for the backbone as well? You're going to have to hire a lot of people in order to do that. So I'm curious whether you focused on that on the ongoing basis in your revenue stream and your cost side.
We have our maintenance, which is $5,000, which goes to improvements of our website as well as the people that are helping us create the website.
Okay, thank you.
I echo the board. It's a really outstanding presentation, so thank you for putting so much effort into it. One of my questions is around, it sounds like the moms are your most attended to the site. Are the videos geared towards the moms though, and the parents, or the kids? Like how would you be creating videos for the parents as well if they're the ones who are the folks who are going to be visiting the site the most?
Yeah, so originally we thought that Instagram was going to be our best way of advertising, but because of our Google AdWords, we found that we need to switch over to Facebook, which then means that we would need to change a little bit of our content to gear more towards the parents on Facebook.
But all of our content is, friendly for all ages, and we may in the future kind of structure, in our website, we have tips and questions. So we may structure these tips around, providing an experience that gears more towards parents.
Investors, we have time for one more question.
So just echoing that was outstanding. I also think last time I missed your introduction, so it was excellent, the assessment of what the problem was and how you're solving for that. I really love that. When we met last time, there was some questions, and I'm just curious if what you're thinking is around ratings for the influencers and for those that are creating content. So did you think any further about that so that you can either encourage as well as those influencers that have, let's say, a 5-star rating, or similar to an Uber driver that might be so many stars with so many rides, etc.?
Yeah. So in a high school classroom, we don't have the opportunity to get a software developer to help us, create an algorithm for our videos or create a certain stream for ratings or how it works like on Uber. So we would definitely need to hire someone like that, which is why for phase 2 we would definitely want to work on website improvements. We were only able to use Wix, which is, used broadly for schools, but we definitely want to improve our website.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you, Social C. Now I'd like to invite up to the stage Kyle Lomax to speak a little bit more about our coaches.
Thank you, Cam. Hi everyone, I'm Kyle Lomax from Reflective Message, a business that sells reflective stickers to promote bike safety and keep cyclists safe. I have the privilege of introducing our coaches. Coaches are experts on specific business topics such as marketing, finance, or web development that come into the classroom for anywhere from 1 to 2 days to teach a lesson. They share their industry experience to help students dive deeper into the aspect of their business. We thank you for your time and expertise. For our second team tonight, we have Tidy Room. We'd like to thank Alana Greenberg, a trader and entrepreneur who has come back to GBN to volunteer after graduating in 2016. She's a former GBN business student and a DECA competitor. DECA is a competitive business club at GBN. In the past, we have had many Incubator students compete using their business plans from Incubator in DECA competitions and have been very successful. Alana, thank you for supporting the Tidy Room team this year. We now present to you Tidy Room. Senior Lauren Pines and juniors Josh Glenn, Aaron Mages, and Nathan Yoon.
Hi everyone, I'm Lauren Pines and I'm a senior at GBN. In the fall, I will be attending Indiana University, and it's a beautiful campus. And these are the dorm rooms. I don't know about you, but these dorm rooms seem very dull and impersonal to me. I truly don't think I would feel like I would be at home. Additionally, these dorm rooms have no storage. I would have to share this little drawer here and then one closet with my roommate. And as you can see from these photos, I have a lot of clothes. I couldn't bear to bring some clothes and part with the rest. And I know my partner Josh found a different problem with dorm rooms.
When I walked into my brother's dorm room, there were shoes, shirts, and pants everywhere. As you can see, it's a complete mess. In this moment, I knew my brother needed something to help him with his organization and to make his room tidy. In our interview, we interviewed 112 people. We found that 60.7% of college students run out of space. We also asked our question, which items do you run out of space the most? And third was small electronics, and second was shoes, and first, obviously, was clothing. We also found that over half of the college students buy their storage items on Target. And as you can see, they're stylish and affordable. That was our goal. This is why we've created Tidy Room, a company that creates stylish storage for small spaces.
Introducing our team. Hi, I'm Aaron. I'm the Chief Financial Officer.
I'm Lauren, I'm the Chief Marketing and Communications Officer.
I'm Nathan, and I'm the Chief Process and Innovations Officer.
I'm Josh, and I'm the Chief Compliance Officer. College students in small spaces need organization, space for their personal items, and stylish room decor. Introducing our product, the C-Case, a stylish storage ottoman that helps organize small spaces. Using our unique compartment feature, the C-Case is able to store shoes, clothes, and other small accessories. We've also learned from our investor feedback that we will be removing the lock and keeping the hole in case the customer wants to buy the lock on their own. We will not be making the lock with the product, therefore this will help reduce the production cost.
Our focus initially will be to sell to universities directly, and we want to be able to sell through college bookstores and also to college students and parents aged 40 to 60. So according to student media's lifestyle report, we noticed that students purchasing college bookstores declined about 39% from the years 2014 to 2020. What college bookstores needs is to modernize. Now, how will we do that? Well, we'll be selling wholesale by partnering up with Follett, which is a company that manages over 50% of college bookstores, and we will also be attending school furniture trade shows where we can negotiate with colleges there. We will also be selling our product directly through college bookstores and through consumers on our website. But eventually, we want to be able to reach more home good retail stores such as Bed Bath & Beyond and also Target. Now, what makes our Tidy Room C-Case different from other storage ottomans out there already? Well, we have multiple different features. First of all, we have a removable lid. We have multiple compartments that are designed unique for Tidy Room. We also have the lock feature, which is based on the user's preference. And we also have varieties of sizes and colors. In our final decision for pricing, we looked at different products that are sold in bigger stores such as Target, and we priced our price similar to products that are sold in those stores. So we priced it at about $120. Our customers have a good price and they get all these features for that. So to test our product, we had 3 different students at DePaul University test a prototype of our C-Case. Eventually, we built website traction through our Google AdWords and also through our social media accounts. And eventually, we're able to stretch our brand out by developing more products for our company. Now, based on the feedback from the 3 students at DePaul, they told us that the C-Case needed to be more portable. We needed to be able to have it maybe rollable and also come in more colors and designs. Therefore, we decided that we'd be embedding college logos onto our product based on where the student attends college, and also add wheels to the bottom of it so that it's more portable. Here's our website. This is the bottom. The bottom shows our homepage when our viewers come right in. On the top left here, we have a pop-up where our customers can sign up with our mailing list. And on the top right, we have a more interactive feature with our customers. They can take like a BuzzFeed style quiz and that'll entertain them more while they're on our website.
So our website was able to perform very well. We got 368 website views, and our top categories were Facebook, Google, direct by typing in the actual website, and Instagram. And Facebook was huge for us, and we were able to get 256 paid sessions from that. And with that, we were able to get 19 mailing list signups and 8 pre-orders. Additionally, a lot of people were visiting our homepage from our shop page, which means that people were interested in our product. Our Google AdWords campaign performed very well. We were able to get a click-through rate of 4.12%, and which is higher than the 2.3% average. And our keywords also performed very well, with our top categories being storage for small spaces and tiny homes, which is not the dorm category, but that makes sense because this time of year people are not really searching for dorm storage, but it's still within our market of small spaces. Additionally, we ran Facebook, which, as I mentioned earlier, was really big for our advertising. So our ad we ran was based on our C case, and we really focused on like the sentimental set your child up for success in college value. And that ad was able to get 3,219 impressions, with 49 of those people clicking on our link. But the biggest thing we did on Facebook was get into these groups based on our market. So this group, as you can see up top, is Parents of College Students Advice. But we're also in other groups like storage groups, Class of 2026 groups, and stuff like that. Also for Instagram, we were able to reach 695 accounts, and with 48 of those people following our account. People also reached out to us and were asking us questions. For example, on the screen, this man asked, how would I be able to place a free pre-order? Which means we realized we needed to make it more obvious, so we changed our website to adjust that. And lastly, for our social media, we use Pinterest, which, if you don't know, on Pinterest, you can create boards, which means you can save posts to it. And so this board, our best performing board, was the college dorm storage board, and we're able to get 3.38 thousand impressions, with 41 of those people clicking on the pins to see more, and 5 people saving, which means that people were interested because this board was filled with just our products. And lastly, we created brand extensions. So these 3 products all have to do with stylish storage solutions, which is our brand image, and they all also performed very well on social media.
Now, moving from the marketing, this is the boring but important finances. Our total addressable market is 6.1 million college students in the U.S., which would be a revenue of roughly $370 million. For serviceable addressable market, is 3.7 million Big Ten college students, would be a revenue of $112 million. For the cost of the C case to make it, it costs $34 to make, and we were selling it at $120, which would be a gross margin of 71%. Our biggest cost of the C case is the shipping. It costs us $30 to ship it, but we're having the customer pay $20 of the shipping, which will only cost us $10. For a startup cost to get the business running, it costs roughly $6,500 to start it, which includes a lot of legal costs, marketing, as well as startup inventory. For our SG&A to keep the business going, it costs roughly $85,000 per year, and that includes legal costs, a lot of marketing, our salaries, as well as the warehouse costs. For a revenue assumption, first off directly, we start with a steady growth, but in the months of May, June, July, August, when kids are buying their school supplies. We see a huge increase for that. And then for wholesale, our revenue assumption for that, well, first of all, we lowered the price by $20 as we're buying in bulk and in wholesale. And we see in months of May and June, colleges were buying in bulk as they're getting ready to stock the bookstores with school supplies. And in months of December and January, it's not as much, but they're still buying in bulk as they want to have an option for students to purchase new school supplies going into the second semester. For a 3-year graph, we start off by making money, and then by year 3, we have a revenue of roughly $800,000. And as time continues, we make more revenue as our gross margin percentage increases because the cost would decrease as we buy we're buying bulk and lower the cost of shipping. So investors, we are seeking $60,594 for 10% of our company. With that money, our future plans include building new products such as the First Intel Vanity, the Optimal Organizer, and the buffet display. All products that show our company's policies of affordable, stylish organizers, as well as we're going to partner with other colleges in the Big Ten, because there's more colleges in the Big Ten.
So investors, when you're choosing a group to invest in, choose Tidy Room, a team with proven MVP feedback and who have gone above and beyond to innovate outdated storage solutions. You won't find a team that's dedicated to creativity and quality.
The time of messy dorm rooms is over. Tidy Room ensures individuals with limited living spaces, stylish and affordable storage solutions.
So help us be the pioneers in modernizing the college dorm room industry and have a CKs in every college dorm room. Thank you, investors.
Thank you, Tidy Room. Advisory Board, you'll have 5 minutes for Q&A.
All right. So, excellent job. Really nice presentation. And I just want to acknowledge for the 4 of you that we noticed how much that presentation changed from last week. And so you all must have put in a ton of work. And so really nice job on that. And I think hit the mark in terms of some of the adjustments you made in the pivot. So very nice job. Can you talk a little bit about how much you vetted your costs? I mean, have you talked to somebody about what it will cost to manufacture this for this design so that you're sure on the price point that you've got as well?
We've just compared our products to other products. We haven't really gone in depth with that yet.
And that's fine. I do think, I think you guys are onto something. But I think you need to think about, especially as you think about the volume that you're projecting, on what that looks like in terms of somebody, because you're not going to build these in your basements. You're going to need help. And so I think you need to look at manufacturing help on putting this together. But again, really nice job and awesome adjustments.
Yeah, likewise, I noticed the improvement from the previous week and the focus on the near-term products and the product setup. So it was great work there. Wanted to know if we're ready to be able to purchase them, as I have a son going to college this upcoming year. So, no, okay. And in that regard, your inventory you proposed was $2,000. Given that I think during your peak months you're selling 400 of these, is that enough? I mean, you probably need to build more than that, and assuming your cost is, and you didn't have it maybe $20 to $50, that's probably not enough. Have you thought a little bit more about how you'd ramp up and generate that capital to get through your ramp plan?
Well, that's only year 1, so and that's also an assumption too, so as we, maybe like the first 2 months we start selling a lot, we can try to catch up to that with the manufacturer.
And something you'll need to think about in that regard is the manufacturing cycle. So how long does it take to manufacture so you can go through that ramp rate and you don't want to be caught without inventory, especially during your peak season?
Excellent presentation. The visuals, by the way, I don't know if this is a PowerPoint or what it is, but all the visuals are just fantastic. Very well organized, and I really appreciate how you work together in order to tell the story. It's not boring, and also for the last group as well, the way that you work together is very, very obvious. It's interesting, 3 boys in this one and 3 girls in the last one. So, the main question I have for you is surrounding the focus on college. So I get it that you guys are all focused on college and ready to get the hell out of Northbrook and never come back. I assure you, most of you will come back. But it's a piece of furniture that really has tremendous value for not just colleges. So tell me a little bit about the further thinking down the road as far as the application, because really you slap anything on here. So tell me a little bit about that.
So yeah, our main target is colleges, of course, like the small dorm rooms, but we also want to be able to sell our product in smaller apartments and tiny homes. That was actually like our initial plan until we sized it down to just colleges.
Yeah, I echo all of my peers on the board that this presentation is just outstanding, and the improvements that have been made from last week are really shown here. Question for you around shipping. So if you can help me understand, maybe I missed it, but if the seats are going to be sold in the bookstores, is there a need for shipping costs, or is it just because the initial and those are not part of the phase one where it's going to be in the university shops?
We still have to ship it to the university to put in the bookstore, so shipping costs is still going to be there.
And also to people who buy directly through our website, that's more so where the shipping costs will come from.
Thank you, Tidy Room. Great job. I'd like to please welcome my business partner and Reflective Message CEO, Eric Grossman, to help introduce our next team.
My name is Eric Grossman, and I also worked on the Reflective Message business. The third team tonight will be Gearbox. We'd like to thank Natalia Pachkinskaya, leading global technology teams to enable digital transformation and intelligent automation for a $45 billion biopharmaceutical company called Merit. Thank you, Natalia, for mentoring the Gearbox team. Natalia, along with our mentor Sean, are parents of former Incubator students and are now giving back to the program. There will be more information on how to volunteer later in the program. We now present to you Gearbox. Sophomores Jake McDermott, Max Boutrain, and Adam Livingston.
All right, hey folks. So in this picture, you can see all of my hockey equipment, and I have a lot of equipment. And within my bag, I have clear tape, stick tape, and mouth guards, which is always a hassle for me to be going to the store and frequently purchasing. It's a hassle for parents and all the players. Myself, as well as 50 people we interviewed, had the same issue of getting stick tape and clear tape 2 to 4 times a month.
I'm Max, and I'm the company's Chief Financial Officer.
I'm Adam Lipnicus, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer. And I'm Jake McDermott, and I'm the Chief of Marketing Operations, and we've created Gearbox, a monthly subscription hockey box. And the 2 main options we offer are our regular box, which consists of 1 hockey tape, 1 clear tape, our tip sheets, and a mouth guard, and our premium option, which is a little bit bulkier, consisting of 2 clear tape, 2 stick tape, our tip sheet, and a premium mouth guard. These are our tip sheets. So when I was younger and getting into hockey, I didn't really know what I was doing, and I was a little bit confused. So with our tip sheets, it's kind of helped the younger players and regular players. We have an off-ice tip, a workout tip that is body weight, so anybody can do it, and a fact about the Chicago Blackhawks. So it's kind of about those local programs, So we've been working with the GBN Spartans and Northbrook Bluehawks to finalize partnerships, and I play for the GBN Spartans. So I have connections with the coaches, etc. And we've been in communication with the Bluehawks, and we offered a 3-month subscription, which we've been planning out with them, as well as possibly including it in the fall registration.
Yeah, so now on to our competitors. First off, you can see the penalty box. This typically costs between $40 and $230 a month, depending on what kind of equipment they're getting. And the penalty box typically sells some of the larger items, such as the skates or hockey sticks. Next up, you can see the lacrosse box. So it sells a lot of mesh for lacrosse and string, as well as tape. lacrosse uses a lot of similar equipment to hockey, so they are still one of our competitors. Finally, you can see the Sports Box Company, which has water bottles, t-shirts, more fun stuff that you don't really need. And you can see Gearbox, which has only the bare necessities that players really need to get every single month, and they really run out of frequently. We are also fall on the lower price range, which makes us a competitive option. Also, from our interviews, we found that many parents currently shop at Dick's Sporting Goods, which isn't really a typical grocery trip, which means that parents have to go out of their way once every 2-ish weeks to buy supplies for their kids. Also, some parents shop on Amazon, which is a lot harder than our website because parents will have to pick out exactly which type of product they want when we just do it for them.
Alright, so this is our unique value proposition. So we're obviously a monthly subscription. We're easy to purchase because we've organized it already for parents, especially new parents for the youth hockey players. We have smaller repeat items, our tip sheets which no other businesses have, and with the mentoring of the investors, we've gotten more into the localized and customized box.
So the target market for the Gearbox includes teenage hockey players who are currently in middle school and high school, and their parents who are purchasing the Gearboxes. And for our MVP testing, it consists of 4 stages. The first one is the partnership with the Northbrook Hockey Rink, in which we set up a table to display our boxes. Then we have website traction, which consists of the Google ads and traction from our social media. Then we have our social media, which is Instagram. However, we might be converting to Facebook. And then we have our commercial, which we created, and we sent it to Bluehawks to confirm and finalize our partnership. And on the right over there, we have our flyer, which we're going to be displaying and putting around the hockey rinks with a QR code.
So this is our email to Joey Sanchez of Northbrook Park District. We were in communication with him a lot earlier, and we set up a Zoom with him, and then we went to the rink and showed off our product. Throughout the sequence of emails, you can see I followed up with him over spring break, and we were going to set up another time at the rink to show off our boxes, but it was in between hockey seasons, so we didn't really have the opportunity to do that. And I've been in communication with Mr. Murphy, who's the new director of the Northbrook Bluehawks. He told us that he's open to anything, and he referred me to Seamus Russo, who I emailed, but we are still waiting on a response from.
Okay, so more about the Northbrook Hockey Rink partnership. So this is us where we set up a table at the main center, like at the entrance, to see if we could gather some traction for our website. So we displayed some boxes. However, one thing that we learned from this is that it's very essential to time it perfectly. This time where we went, it wasn't as perfect since our target market was not there, and it was more of like young ice skaters and like figure skaters, which didn't work out. However, the Northbrook Park, like the district, they're happy to work with us, so we would be able to set up another day and arrange it to set up another table.
So these are screenshots from our website. In the top left, you can see the homepage of our website, and it says the hockey subscription box, gives us a little bit of a brief description about us. On the right, there's a little pop-up ad. It says get 15% off now if you submit your email. So we got a lot of traction from that. And in the bottom left, you see our main 2 options of the regular and premium box. And in the left, if you keep scrolling in our website through the pages, you can see our GBN box and Northbrook Bluehawks box. And something we learned from the investors is that we needed some more options. So we worked on a selectable box where you can select your subscription timing, how many stick tapes you want, how many clear tapes you want, etc.
So some more about the website traction. We got a total of 171 visits. This was from our social media and from the Google ads. Out of those visits, we got 19 emails that were submitted for pre-order from the little boxes Jake mentioned. And we have an average of 1 minute and 23 seconds from the customers on the website.
So now onto our Google AdWords. We launched our Google AdWords campaign, which lasted around 3 weeks. And we had about almost 3,000 impressions, you can see, and about 65 clicks. This leads to about a 2.3% average click-through rate, which is pretty average for the industry. However, we did find that certain keywords such as sports subscription box or hockey subscription box worked a lot better than others, such as hockey or sports supplies, etc. And those specified keywords had a much higher click-through rate at over 5%, which shows a lot of promise for the future. Additionally, it was primarily adult males who were clicking through our ads, which surprised us a little because we were at first assuming that it would mostly be moms of the players. This means we need to shift our marketing towards the dads and also maybe focus on possible adult leagues in the area.
So about the Instagram, this is the Instagram account we created. However, what we learned is that it's like our target market is not on Instagram. So what we're gonna do instead is we're gonna move on to Facebook and we're gonna join Facebook groups, such as like hockey groups, you know, like local, like moms for hockey players, and that's what we're gonna be doing soon. And for the total addressable market, we started off with 516,000 hockey players in America. Out of those hockey players, 90,000 of them are young, which is what we're like going for. And assuming they buy our box, it would be $25 million. Out of those 90,000 hockey players, about 2,500 of them live in our local area, which we're going to be serving at first, and that's going to lead us to $800,000.
So now onto our cost of goods sold. So for our normal box, you can see we sell it for $25, and we also pay for the price of shipping to avoid that inconvenience for the customer. In addition, we have about a 65% gross margin. For our premium box, we offer almost double the supplies. However, it's only $10 more. And this leads to a gross margin of about 50%. Now onto our general and administrative costs. This involves the insurance, the legal stuff, and also involves future marketing that we'll need to do. This comes out to a total of almost $3,000. And then we have our startup costs. So this includes getting our brand out with LLC, copyright protection, and also launching our Google AdWords once again with our revised keywords. This comes out to about $3,000 as well. And onto our revenue, we plan to steadily increase our revenue over the course of 3 years as players will continually renew their hockey subscription. Progress is slow at first as we do need a lot of inventory as we're a subscription-based business. However, we break even somewhere between year 1 and 2, and then we have exponential growth. Investors, we are seeking $25,000 for 10% equity in our business. Now, you might ask, what is this money going to be used for? This will primarily be focused on the Facebook and Google ads, as they need a lot of money to actually be functional, and we have found that local REITs have been happy to work with us without much money. Some other future plans involve getting involved with lacrosse because they do use that similar equipment, and they could fill that off season in spring where hockey kind of ends and then hockey starts after. In addition to that, we want to reach out to the hockey teams in the rinks in like Glenview, Deerfield, and other towns near us to increase that local reach and really connect with more people in our area.
Investors, every time I hit the ice, I go through this much tape, and after only a few ice sessions, I'm already down to this much tape. So our tip sheet for you is to invest in us.
Make Gearbox your box.
Thank you, Gearbox. Advisory board, you have 5 minutes for Q&A.
All right, nice job, guys. I thought that was really good. Definitely made a lot of adjustments. I really appreciated it. I noticed and respected you guys seem to learn a lot from some of the experiments you ran in terms of whether it was pricing or the AdWords and figuring out, oh, we have to be a little more specific and figuring out where you're going to get more click-through rate. So I thought that was really good. I also liked when you were looking at your unique value proposition, trying to identify why is it that someone's going to shop with us? What is it that is unique? I think is really important. And I thought some of the stuff up there was more compelling than others. I know you guys focus a lot on the tip sheet, which I think is important. It's interesting. It is one thing where maybe you guys have something different if you have knowledge about the sport. I'm wondering to what extent, like you created that tip sheet, are there other ways that you can leverage that? Because when you look at I like that you were trying to be lower cost than the competition. It's going to be tough to out Amazon, right? So when you look at the tip sheet, to me that was like, the tip sheet people may love or not, but it lent a hint, I thought, to where you might have an edge. Are there other places where you guys have specific knowledge that you can bring value that might make this successful.
Okay, yeah, so to keep us unique, for starters, we wanted to work on being localized. So that was something big that we transitioned to recently. As we like branch out to like other sports, lacrosse, we're still finding ways to keep unique.
Yeah, in addition to that, we're gonna try to add to our local boxes certain like parts that relate to the community near us instead of just general hockey ones, such as blue tape for the Blue Hawks or green tape for GBN.
Also, another aspect I was not mentioned here is that it could be like really good for people who are new to the sport. For instance, like if someone's new to the sport, they don't know exactly what to buy. So with Gearbox, they just purchase it. Everything's not like arrive at the time. The only thing they're gonna have to get is hockey sticks and the skates, which they get like once and then they're basically set.
Great presentation, really enjoyed it. I think it's got tremendous promise, and hockey is a starting point in multiple other sports. One thing I noticed is between your two boxes, your standard and your premium box, your margin went down from between the two boxes. It went from I think around 65% to 50%, which means that essentially you gain $10 more in revenue, but essentially your profitability was only $2.50 more. Is there any way to make it so that the premium box maintains that revenue as well, or maintains that margin, and perhaps even increases margin, or you provide more differentiation?
Yeah, thank you. So we definitely consider that, and right now we're in the process of figuring out a slightly increased price for it so that they are getting twice as much. So even paying $40, which is $5 more than the current one, to help us out.
Great presentation, and I personally appreciate the way you guys look. So kudos for that. A little more subtlety question about the premium. Did you guys consider what it would take for like a season supply? And did you look at what the value there was? And then next question that you can think about as well while somebody's answering that is you mentioned that you went out and you spoke to GBN coach, and I think it was the Blue Hawks, or was it Blue Hawks?
Yeah, I've been in communication with the director.
I'd like to know who else you guys spoke to locally, and also what, if you spoke to dads, moms, and if you went out into the community or did you just focus on the two that you had up on your presentation?
Yeah, so can you repeat the first part of your question?
Yeah, the first question was, did you consider like a season supply in order to make that kind of the premium for it? Because it seemed to me that the difference between your standard box and the premium was just more. So it was really just there being like maybe a small supply and a larger supply. I don't know that the premium, I didn't get that there was really much more of a premium. So I'm just curious if you looked at what a season supply would be, whether that pricing model changed your profitability.
Yeah, so when we did do our interviews during the beginning of this class, we found that the typical range for how much a player uses in 1 month, which was a question that we asked, was 1 or 2, and it was a pretty even split, so we decided to offer both options. And then also in regards to like how much you use in a season, we do plan to, with the Blue Hawks, offer like a 3-month subscription rather than something that can be continued as often as the player would like.
And the second part, who else did you reach out to, other local teams?
Yeah, so we primarily it was just Blue Hawks and GBN, but then we also went to the rink during a couple of hockey games and asked parents around like how much they use their materials and how much their kids really like need this, and we found the responses were pretty positive.
Okay, thank you investors, and thank you Gearbox. Please welcome Maury.
Alright, so the fourth team presenting tonight is going to be Icy Aid. We'd like to thank Melissa Copeland, founder of Blue Orbit Consulting, for mentoring the Icy Aid team. This is Melissa's third year mentoring and had the winning team 2 years ago. Thank you so much for mentoring ICA. We now present to you the ICA team, seniors Max Morris and Max Hayes, along with juniors Maddie Gallinson and Kayla Novikowski.
ICA, the Smart Ice Pack. Hi, my name is Maddie Johnson. I'm one of the members of your ICA team. This past fall, I started cross country at GBN, and since the beginning, it's been extremely hard on my body. I've had sore muscles, aches and pains, and I even sprained my ankle during the season. Although my coaches and trainers urged me to ice to better my symptoms, it was inconvenient and hard to manage. I was left forgetting to ice, practicing insufficient icing techniques that weren't helping me recover, but instead hindering my own recovery. As a team of athletes, we decided to tackle this problem.
Hello, I'm Max Morris, the Chief Technologies Officer.
I'm Max Hayes, Chief Financial Officer.
I'm Kayla, I'm the Chief Marketing Officer.
And I'm Matt, the Chief Operating Officer. We created ICA, a product that's both research and market-based that helps athletes build proper icing habits. We consulted Dr. Chehab at Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, and he gave us a little more insight on the medical part of our product because as high school students, we're not really familiar with that. He directed us to a study about intermittent ice application, which means icing on and off in 20-minute intervals. In that study, it was proven that when athletes practice this intermittent ice application, it benefits them and really helps them relieve their symptoms. In addition, we consulted a market of 75 interviewees, and in that survey, we found out that a majority of the interviewees did not know how to properly ice or were unsure if what they were doing was really helping them recover. In addition, we want to help make sure our athletes establish accountability with their coaches and trainers so that they know what their recovery schedule is and when they're going to be back to full health. Overall, we want to help athletes recover quickly and efficiently.
In order to make ICA the Smart Ice Pack, we have been developing an app to help users properly ice. First is our homepage. Here we have your account as well as a button where you can start your icing. Next is a goals page where you can set goals and communicate with your coaches in order to keep accountability for your icing. Next is a calendar page where you can stay up to date on all of your icing and make sure you're following your strict icing schedule. And lastly is the medias page where you can watch various videos from ICA in order to help you improve your recoveries. In addition to our app, we will help send users reminders via notifications on their smartphones to keep them accountable for their icing, and coaches will also get these notifications to make sure that their athletes are following their icing schedules. And here is ICA, our ice pack. It's a quality gel ice pack to help for the most,
Sorry, a little bit stage fright.
for the help to help athletes recover with maximum efficiency. There is a Velcro strap so athletes can stay mobile while they are icing in order if they want to do homework and stuff. Here's a sleeve and so that the ice pack doesn't leak and to prevent icing burns, as well as the timer so athletes can keep track of their icing cycles.
Our product targets athletes over the age of 15, as well as athletes that just want to get back to the sports they love and improve upon. With many competitors in the icing market, we contacted Dr. Chehab of IBJI, and he recommended us Elastogel and Polar Care. Polar Care is the only other ice pack on the market with a timer, but unlike us, they're big, bulky, and expensive, and they don't hold you accountable for your icing intervals. All features we aim to do better on.
As a part of our MVP testing, we know that the ice pack market is fierce and competitive, so we wanted to test some assumptions to make sure that our ice pack could hold its own in this competitive market. We needed to find that users need to learn how to maintain good icing habits, and that users will use social media to learn more about icing and our product, as well as the fact that our product will help improve their icing habits. And we wanted to validate our product through our website, through our product, as well as through marketing. Instagram bio, where users would see our Instagram posts and then get filtered to our website. And then finally, we found that some users directly search for our website. We ran a Google AdWords campaign in order to accumulate more traction to our website. We saw that terms like sports ice pack accumulated our highest click-through ratio, whereas Terms like gel ice pack and ice pack with a strap accumulated high impressions but low click-through ratio. This allowed us to learn more about what keywords we have to use when following through on our Google AdWords campaign. But we do know that there are people out there that are very adamant about finding a quality ice pack.
Here are 4 athletes that we got to test our products, and they gave us some very useful and helpful feedback on how we can improve our product. Here's what we sent out to them, and we also communicated with them using an iMessaging app. We reminded them of daily goals and sent them instructional videos. So most of the feedback we got was all positive, and 5 out of 5 of the athletes said that they would buy it, and 4 out of 5 of the athletes met their goals. Something that we noticed that they liked was the notification feature.
As we talked about before, we're just high school students. We're not professionals in the medical industry. So we decided that it was really important to reach out to both medical professionals and coaches to see if this was a product that they'd be willing to use. We reached out to coaches like Look Mom No Hands, who said that this product would be useful for his travel baseball team. In addition, we reached out to medical institutes like the one at Hofstra University, who challenged us with intricate questions that really caused us to think about how this product could be used to really benefit our athletes. There's a lot of potential for our product, and we were really excited with how much we could expand. For example, for our marketing extensions, we want to really push paid promotions via social media that will drive traffic to our website. In addition, we want to push collaboration with local businesses, whether that be via the blog or in-person sales. We think that's really what we will establish a good relationship with our customers because our customers already have pre-existing relationships with companies they already trust. As for our product extensions, we think personalization is something and licensing, something that we really can trust because people really enjoy seeing either their medical institute's name or maybe a college's name on the ice pack. In addition, we want to make sure that the app connects to the systems that physical trainer offices already have in place so that it can be seamlessly integrated into their programs. And lastly, for our sales channels, Amazon is something that all of us use, so we want to look into Amazon fulfillment possibilities so that people are able to most easily access our product. And lastly, we want to pursue that surgical recovery field after we contact more medical professionals to learn what really that is exactly like.
What was your excited as we are about our product? Now we're going to look at the financials. In our first 6 months, we're expecting around a 50% increase in revenue per month, which would be around 377 units sold in that period. And we don't expect the increase per month to be exponential, so we expect the average per month to drop off to around 25% per month, which would result in 730 units sold in that period. And then months 11 and 12, we expect to fit around a 50% increase per month, which would be around 600 units in that period. This is the total cost, total expenses per unit for an IC8 ice pack, with a production cost of $16.29 and a sale cost of $34.99. We expect a total margin of 53.5%. With our low expenses and big target market, we expect to be able to be profitable throughout all 3 years and ramping up our advertising throughout all 3 years. So we're seeking $15,247 for a 5.2% stake in our company, and we want to focus most of this money on the app development because this is really what sets us apart from our competitors, and it's one of our biggest expenses.
We know that ice pack is such a simple product, but here at IC8, we seek to revolutionize the ice pack industry.
Our smart ice pack helps keep users accountable to build good icing habits.
Because good icing habits means great recovery.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, IC8 Advisory Board. You have 5 minutes for Q&A.
Big deep breaths, right? That was excellent, and don't worry about the stage fright. I think you heard some of the adults say that happens to them as well. So you all did excellent. Just a question for you, and I think that this may have come up last week as well. Did you have a debate around whether or not you actually need the ice pack and whether or not this should just be an app? And when we reflect on the feedback that you received, that I think there were maybe 5 individuals that gave you feedback, you indicated that the top feedback was their desire to get the notifications, which really come through the app. So was there a conversation around whether or not you actually physically need as part of ICA, the Ice Pack, or should you just be developing an app that delivers these kinds of services and solutions?
Thank you so much. That's such a great question. When we talked to the people that tested our product, they already had pre-existing icing habits, and we really wanted to build upon those and also push the accountability. So the Ice Pack really helps keep the users accountable because of the Bluetooth timer. However, that's not necessarily because of the Ice Pack, that's more the sleeve. So we think that a future extension that we could possibly discover is not including the Ice Pack and focusing on the sleeve that has Bluetooth timer that then connects to our app, and we're still receiving profit from that sleeve. In addition, users can use the Ice Packs they already know and trust in order to get the best out of their ice experience.
All right, I figured the mic out. So first of all, and this is really for all four groups, but I just want to reiterate what Denise said. The presentations that you guys did, awesome, incredibly good, very poised. I would not have known you had stage fright, so it was really excellent. And I again say that the evolution of the idea and the response to feedback was excellent. So really nice job there. My question is on your growth projections. Your growth drops dramatically in year one. And so I guess, can you just talk us through what the thought process is for a startup to see that growth settle down so quickly?
Well, in the first 1 to 6 months, which is around now, is a lot of track meets and stuff like that. So we're going to do a lot of advertising in those. And we don't expect, we're like looking at reviews, and we don't expect people to keep repurchasing the product. So as we do a lot of advertising in the first 6 months, we're still going to be selling more, but the percentages isn't going to be as high.
Thank you. All right, here we go. Great presentation. Thank you so much. A question when you just said that, Max, was if you don't have to keep repurchasing units, or you expect you can just keep using them over and over again, what do you expect the lifespan of the product to be? Just personally, having children myself, I know that we go through a lot of ice packs because they're mishandled or just not really treated very well. So, do you have any information on the expiry or the lifespan of the product itself?
Yes, thank you for that question. Regarding the lifespan of the product, in the early phases, as we're still working out how an ice pack with a timer would work in a freezer with Bluetooth and that sort of stuff, we expect the lifespan to be 6 months to a year, just for the ice pack alone. Obviously, there are some questions that come up when you introduce technology into that mix, but we're trying to ensure that if you buy our product, you're going to have a quality ice pack that will last you a long time. Technology is still skeptical, if you can put that in the freezer or whatnot, but we will figure that out. Thank you for the question.
Yeah, and in addition, you expressed your concern about the quality of the ice packs, but with the sleeve, it's not attached to the ice pack, so you can interchange the ice packs within, so the sleeve will be able to be reused many, many times.
So I have a question about the app. Can you spend a little bit of time talking about what you've done to look into what kind of things you would need to do to integrate an app into somebody's technology, and also if there's any, if you discussed amongst yourself any of the legal ramifications among like HIPAA or healthcare? I'm just curious if you guys dug into that at all. It's a sophisticated question, so don't think that you had to, but I'm just curious if you ever did.
No, I think that's a great question, and regarding the legality aspects of it, I think most of our, if there is any legal trouble, would come from sort of the media that we are uploading. Obviously, we're gonna have to make sure that it is this is a research product, so we're gonna want to put up-to-date research on our app to make sure that we don't run into any sort of legal trouble. In terms of software development and things surrounding that, we feel like we want to create a very sophisticated platform. So there are going to be some questions around how to make a very sophisticated platform that can handle all of these needs that athletes have. So we will be looking into that. Thank you.
In addition, we modeled our app after a lot of apps that are already in existence, so we know the technology is there. We just have to work with the right software companies to find the best way to pursue it. And as for HIPAA, like we talked about before, we want to better integrate it into the systems already in place, and we assume those systems follow HIPAA.
Thank you, ICA, for a fantastic presentation. All right, so thank you, students that helped me MC tonight. I couldn't have done it without you, so thank you. Let's give them a hand. So as we mentioned earlier, we have close to 30 volunteers, and there's no way that I could do my job teaching and manage all of that. So we have a community champion. Her name is Lisa Greenberg. I'm going to invite her up to the stage in a minute. Lisa is the liaison between the community and the Incubator program. She's been with me the entire 6 years, navigating resumes, interviewing volunteers to make sure it's in the right fit for which job that they're doing. She helps network to find additional business volunteers. As you can hear in the presentations tonight, there's a lot of questions to be answered, and she'll seek out what the teams need and help us network. And if it wasn't for Lisa checking the GBN calendar all the time, I think I would be weeks behind to make sure our Incubator calendar was on par. So, Lisa, without further ado, I'm going to invite you up. Thank you so much for all you do.
It's really Mindy that I have to thank, because this is one of the funnest, if that's a real word, things that I ever got to be a part of, and it's totally my pleasure, and Mindy is an incredible teacher. So for those of you who have kids in the class, you are the luckiest people, because this is my third kid in GBN, and out of all the teachers I've dealt with, there is nobody more passionate or wanting to help the students truly and caring about their mental health and everything than this woman down here. So she is truly a remarkable person. The Board of Advisors are very important as our volunteer network, because they are an amazing source of feedback at critical points in the program, which include the MVP pitch, which was in December. Last week, we had our academic pitch in the classroom, which is where you've heard them say we saw a lot of progress in the last week, because that's when they did it last week. And now for the final pitch. They hear the team's pitches and provide feedback passionately with the intention to help the students learn. And that's really important. Like, there's a competition aspect to this class, but when it comes to, if you ever were privileged enough to get to hear them, it's always about the learning, let's give the students money so that they can learn. Even if they fail, they've learned. And that's really an important thing to remember here tonight. Tonight we will be awarding, on that note, we will be awarding one team an educational scholarship to continue learning about business for their passions. At this time, I'd like to ask the advisory board to share the microphone and stand up and please introduce yourself. You can, God willing, they can get the microphone to work. You have an engineer at the end. So start with Denise. Denise, please stand up and introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm Denise Press. I am a managing director at Bank of Montreal, BMO Harris Bank. It is a pleasure. This is an amazing program. So if you have children that are here today or others that may be interested, please do seek out Mindy or any of the others. We've been with this program since the beginning, I think most of us, and I must say it gets better each year. So thank you.
Hi, I'm Ritu Shah. I'm our Chief Operating Officer for Pyxis Oncology, which is a oncology biotech located in Boston. I echo what Denise just said. This is an amazing program, and I have younger kids, but looking forward to having them in this course. And I've known Mindy for quite a long time, and I'm just thrilled to see the passion that comes out of these students. I don't think I could have done this in high school, And I just want to thank all the parents here for supporting their children while they do this program.
Hi, I'm Eric Chern. I'm a co-founder of CTC. It's a proprietary training company headquartered in Chicago. And I have 3 kids, 2 of whom are still at Cumberland North, 1 who is in college now. It's a great program. I won't reiterate what everyone said, but if you have younger kids going through, send them in.
Ted Gady. I used to work, I don't anymore. I have a student who graduated from GBN, a student at GBN, and then I'll have a freshman next year. And I can't add anything. This program, we all believe in it. It's excellent. But I will say to all of you and the 2 teams that presented to us last week, all 6 teams, excellent, excellent job. Excellent job.
Hi, I'm Michael Norman. I'm the president of Crossroads Partners and I'm a real estate developer and private equity investor. I would echo, of course, everything everybody said, but I'd also just mention that it was just wonderful to see some of the alumni from GBN participating in the teams. And I gotta say, both Mindy and Lisa, that's just the best form of flattery. So that's just wonderful. I've been involved, I don't know how many years, I think maybe 6 years. And I have no children at GBN yet, but I have 1 coming next year. So.
My name is Jay Malin. I'm managing director for a software development company here located in Northbrook. I have 2 sons that are both at Glenbrook North and 1 that is soon leaving. It's really been a pleasure to be involved with this program. To meet these students, I can't reiterate enough how wonderful your presentations were. You guys did a terrific job in orchestrating and putting them together. We've really seen a lot of evolution starting in December. Even the last week, it's amazing to see that kind of feedback incorporated so quickly. To Mindy and Lisa, you guys do a terrific job in putting this program together, and I'm really lucky to be a part of it, so thank you.
So the advisory board is now going to exit, and they are going to decide on the winning team. The winning team, each member of the winning team is awarded a $500 educational scholarship to use towards like an educational program over the summer or for their college of choice. I'm so close to this slide. I don't know how to do this slide. I did it. Okay. In my job, we don't have Zoom much, so I don't do all that. We want to thank the financial donors. There's real money that happens throughout this program from beginning till end. So the funds go towards curriculum, pitch night, funding towards MVP testing, as well as educational scholarship. If you would like to donate or you want to be part of the program, you can contact Mary Kasserod, Mindy Ingersoll, or if you want to volunteer, then you can contact myself as well. So I'm now going to go back over to Mindy.
All right, so just a couple admin things that I don't want to forget. We are recording the presentation tonight. I should have mentioned that earlier. So thank you to Alex from GBN Broadcasting. So the video will be uploaded as soon as we can. I am headed to Atlanta with DECA to the international competition for the next 5 days. So I will try my best to get it uploaded to YouTube before I leave, and then I will send it out to the parents that can send it out to the grandparents and friends and family and all that, okay? So with that, I have to say a few words to the students because I am so proud of you. I was like sitting there like a proud mama, so like I know I give you a hard time sometimes, but you guys shine. Like everyone shined. You saw so much growth from the beginning of the year. It would be really funny for you to go back and watch some of the shareback presentations and then see how you present tonight. You'd see tremendous growth. The Incubator program, I just want to mention, it's so interesting. Every year, right before pitch night, as soon as I start pushing stuff on Instagram, I start hearing from alumni. And they say, is it going to be live streamed? Can I watch it? And this year it's earlier, so the college students aren't back yet. But I had the winning team message me. We've had so many alumni come back and talk about how valuable this program was. that they're using it. One of the guys from the winning teams at U of I, and he asked if it was going to be live streamed, and he said, I'm using this stuff in my business classes that I already learned. So it's really amazing. Actually, in the social scene team, that video you saw of the college student that was talking so eloquently, she's a prior Incubator student as well. So it's amazing. And I've invited alumni to come back in a couple weeks towards the end of May, and they'll get a chance to talk to all the students, talk about college and all that stuff. So with that, I would like to invite our seniors. These seniors, you can come on up. I want to invite them up. Bring a mic. Is there the mic? Yeah. He's getting it. Okay. I'm going to bring them up because this is a special group. If you think about it, right? What was it, sophomore year? You guys reminded me you were sophomores when the pandemic started, and then they did 2 years of school at home pretty much. And now they're here and they have this amazing experience. And so they're doing amazing things next year. So I thought I'd have them introduce themselves. You can just say your name. If you want to talk about where you're attending or major or gap years or whatever you plan to do next year, we'd love to hear it.
So before I do that, Ms. Ingersoll, students, we greatly appreciated what you did for us this year. So I think it would be very fair to get a round of applause for Ms. Ingersoll. My name is Cam Marino, like I said. I'm going to Michigan State to study business.
My name is Maury Rappaport. I'm going to Pelley School of Business at Indiana University to study marketing.
My name is Elle Harris. I'll be going to Lewis and Clark College, which is in Portland, Oregon, and I will be studying history, and I hope to stay there for a 5th year to get my master's in education. Okay, with a little less than 2 weeks, I've yet to commit to a college, but my intended major is marketing with international business.
I'm Lauren Pines, and I'll be double majoring in marketing and management through the Kelly School of Business at Indiana.
My name is Max Hayes. I'll be studying at Geese School of Business at University of Illinois.
And I'm Max Morris. I will be attending the University of Utah and studying game design and development.
So I'd love, if you want to take any pictures of like the senior group, thought we'd take, and I have Mrs. Rosenblum, our accounting teacher, she's taking some pictures for me too, so thank you. These will be on Instagram as well. Just look at Mrs. Rosenblum. Awesome. And then we're going to call up the sophomores and the juniors. So I see the advisory board has decided, but I want to get a class picture. They spent a lot of time together, so we gotta document this. We got some stories. Can you guys, I don't know, are you gonna be able to do that, or do you need them to double up? You guys might need to have a second row. You need a second row?
This is good for now. We'll try and
Hold up. Okay, we good.
Okay, stay there for 1 second.
Advisory board, did you see did you see the dry erase? Yeah, okay.
Everyone say cheese.
Okay, can I get in the picture too?
Get in front, Miss Ingersoll.
right, everybody take a deep breath, because no matter if you're on the winning team or not, this experience, I'm sure you will be talking about in future interviews, as you apply for those business consulting clubs in college, as you look into internships, all that good stuff. So, advisory board?
Okay, well, we were back there arguing, deliberating, discussing, debating, but mostly complimenting. So everybody did a fantastic job, all the team. The one thing that really came through that we all talked about is that truly, and I can tell you from my personal experience, I get pitched all the time. I got a pitch today. I had a pitch 2 days ago from a group, and I have to tell you, your pitches tonight were better than the 2 pitches that I saw today. And if you don't believe me, come down and talk to anybody. There's probably a few other people in the audience that would absolutely agree with that. The pitches are fantastic. My kids are waving to me. Hi, kids. So, you know, we can run through all the teams. Everybody did a fantastic job. Tidy room. You guys fantastically improved. You took the feedback. Everything that you guys came back with, truly listened to what the feedback was. And that's what we're looking for. And really that shows that you're listening. Let's see, I can't remember the name of the other. Gearbox, same thing. Really, truly fantastic job. And then the other teams were, let's see, Social Scene and ICA. Also, the presentation, just amazing articulation of what your ideas were. The other thing for all the teams too, is just to say that we ask you tough questions. I mean, some of these questions are ridiculous, right? Some, you know, and they're ridiculous to ask, but we're looking to see how you handle it on your feet. You know, when you're pitching ideas, you know, there's a segment of fake it till you make it. You talk to any entrepreneur, okay? They don't have the money. They're faking it. Most of you guys watch these shows on TV. That's really part of business and how you carry yourself. Everyone on this stage tonight, you guys carry yourselves like you're business people. So you are business people, truly. And when you go in forward to college and you get out of here, carry that with you, really, in everything you do. Everybody's a winner tonight. We can only pick one team. I can tell you there was a very close second. We're not going to tell you who it is. It was debated, but the winner tonight is Social Scene. Congratulations. Could you come up to the stage? Check for you that you must take the cap. This check is upside down. You should be back around. Wow.
Get in there for a picture. What? For a picture. Get in there for a picture. Oh, everything.
Here she goes.
I'm gonna jump in too.
Oh, yeah. You should. Yeah.
What?
Wait, is your mentor here?
Oh, yeah. Get the mentor up there. Is the mentor here?
He didn't make it.
Okay.